Hello my darlings, I hope you're doing very well. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a tier list of all the tattoo styles. Well, I believe so anyway. I found this tier list on tiermaker.com, and that's pretty much a website where you can create your own tier list, or there is tier lists there ready for you should you want to make a tier of things. So you rate, what's the best chocolate or the best food or the best pizza toppings, all of that fun stuff. I've watched a lot of my favorite YouTubers do these and podcasters do these also, and I thought it'd be about time that I did one, and obviously it's tattoo related. So looking at this, it looks like there is every style here. Well, most styles anyway. I would say the more popular ones. Yes, you've got here, I think that's just like line work, black work. We've got micro tattoo here. We have neo-traditional here, I think. Then this is more sort of dot work, line work, black work. This is black and grey realism. This looks like Polynesian, sort of tribal style. This is trash polka. Then we've got black work here, like solid black work. This looks like oh gosh, I can't really see. The only problem with this is you can't enlarge the photos. I think that's like black work traditional. We have your standard traditional there. Some people call it American traditional. I just call it traditional. We've got sort of new school here. Got tribal there, watercolor there, Japanese there, and sort of geometric line work, black work there again. Is there any styles missing? I'm not sure. I don't think so. We've pretty much covered most bases there. Anyway, so I want you guys to do this as well, by the way. Do this along with me if you can. And let's see if we agree. Shout out your anger down below, because I'm sure we're not all going to agree on this, but this is the art of tattooing. We all have our preferences. We all have our favourite styles. What do we have here? So this is like line work. I have a few line work tattoos myself. I'm going to say this is A tier for me. S tier I think is like superior, and then it's A, B, C, D. D is like the worst. Micro tattoos. Oh, we all know how I feel about micro tattoos if you've been watching me for a while. I personally just don't like them that much. I believe that a lot of tattoo artists that can do this style are talented. I will never, ever, ever deny that. Ever. Like, it takes a lot of talent to do most of them. These ones here look like very simple ones, but they're tiny tattoos. It's just not for me personally, so I will put this in D tier. Neo-traditional. Oh boy, I love neo-traditional so much. I love how bold it can be and how many colours are used. And to me, it's in between realism and traditional. You've got a lot more detail than you do with traditional, but it's not as much detail as realism. It's a happy medium. And for me, I'm going to say it's going to be A tier. I might move these around, but for the moment, it's A tier. We've got black work, dot work, line work here. It seems like there's a lot of detail within this. I'm not so much of a fan of black work, dot work tattoos that are quite small. There's a lot of detail in. I wouldn't class these as micro tattoos as such, but it's not for me personally. But I don't hate it. But I will put this in C tier for now. It could change. Black and grey realism, or we could just class this as realism. Now, I do have some black and grey realism. I had a whole black and grey realism sleeve until I got the blast over tattoo. It was my favourite style for a very, very long time. But it's not something that I gravitate towards so much now, unless it is like a horror piece. I love horror tattoos so much in any style, but horror realism for me, oh, I love it. I think I will put this in B for now. Okay, so this one is like Polynesian black work style. It's not something I would get personally, and I don't really gravitate towards them that much either. Like, if I see a piece like this on Instagram, I normally just scroll past. I'm not, studying it, looking at it, dribbling over it or anything like that. So I think I'm going to put this in C tier. Trash polka. I like trash polka, but sometimes I don't. Like some trash polka tattoos I look at and I'm like, oh, that is a work of art. That is beautiful. I would love that. Put it on my body. But then other pieces I'm not so keen on. But I wouldn't class this as like the worst. But then I might put it in D tier. I'm going to put it in D tier for now. This is black work, very heavy black work. And I think there's like white ink over the top of it. So I'm a big fan of that. I love that look so much. I'm going to put this in B for now. This is black work. I need to have a good look. Oh no, it's mechanical. It's biomechanical. I can just about see it now. I can see all the cogs and stuff like that. Not a fan. I honestly, no. Let's go straight into D. Some can look very, very good. Others not so. I just personally don't understand it myself. I know it's quite a popular tattoo to get if you're a mechanic or engineer or something like that. And that makes sense to me. But it's when you get someone called Jared that's, 20 years old, that's hanging around with a bunch of 15-year-olds that get it from a really bad tattoo artist and it just looks awful. It's very, very hit and miss. That's probably one of the biggest hit and miss tattoo styles for me. Traditional. We all know where this is going, okay? Let's not beat around the bush, all right? Let's just put that up in S tier. I love traditional so much. I feel like it's going to be a classic for many, 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 many years. New school. I sometimes like it and I sometimes don't. It depends, again, on what it is and how annoying it is. Like for this one here, it's like a lollipop situation, right? It could be a cartoon character. I'm not that well educated. I'm not cool. But for me, like this one is annoying to me. I don't know. I just feel annoyed looking at it. And I feel annoyed looking at quite a few new school tattoos. But they can be good at the same time. I don't know whether to put it in C or D. I'm probably going to put it in D for now. I feel like I might be being a bit harsh. Tribal. It depends. Because again, it's one of those styles that I'm like, sometimes it can look good, but sometimes it looks really tacky and so bad. And if you've been watching me for a while, you'll know this. I had a tribal tattoo once. Oh, I know. Yeah, I know. Awful decision. It did get covered up many years ago now. But I had this tribal pattern with a rose in the middle of it, of course. But I got it covered up by a deer skull. But when I got it done when I was like 18 years old, I believe, tribal was a big thing. It was huge. Now it's not so much, but I feel like people get it as a meme. I see a lot of people that have got a lot of tattoos on their legs. They'll get tribal as a gap filler. Just to be like, haha, look, tribal kind of thing. But some tribal can be so beautifully done as well. I'm going to put this in C. I'm going to put it in C. Maybe. Yeah, it's there for now. Watercolour tattoos. Again, for me, personally... Now, I have seen some beautiful, beautiful watercolour tattoos in my time. But I have seen some horrific ones as well. And it's not something I would personally get either. It's just a lot of them have a lot of colour in them. And I like colourful tattoos, don't get me wrong. I don't know. I'm going to put this in C. Japanese. Now this type of Japanese here, this looks like a bodysuit situation here. I have always said that Japanese is probably one of my least favourite styles. But then when I'm looking at this list and all of these, I always forget about some of these, right? I don't hate it so much now. Like, this has made me learn that I actually don't hate Japanese style that much at all. I think it's because some of the imagery of Japanese tattoos, like a lot of it is koi fish. I don't know what it is. I just personally wouldn't get a koi fish tattoo. And I think that's why I'm always like, oh, I don't really like it that much, you know? Thinking about it, I'm not mad at Japanese at all. I'm putting it in B because it's really not that bad, you know? This one, again, I think it's like black work, geometric. It looks like geometric. I'm going to class this as geometric. I don't mind geometric. I think there's a lot of beautiful pieces when it comes to geometric. You definitely need to go to a tattoo artist that specializes in it though and can do very, very good line work, because if you don't, it just looks awful. So I'm going to put this in B because I don't mind it. Or should I put it in C? I'm gonna, I don't know, let's revisit this. Let me look at my list now and see what I'm gonna change. If I'm gonna change anything at all. S tier, I'm gonna keep traditional in there. Now, should I put anything else in there? A part of me wants to put black work in there. Or I'm gonna move black work up, actually. Line work tattoos, line work, black work, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna, the thing is I have a lot of them myself. Part of me wants to put it down one, you know. I'm going to put it down one. Neo-traditional is 100% staying in A tier. I love neo-traditional. Part of me wants to put it up in S tier, but I feel like I should only have one in S tier as like superior. Realism, I'm gonna keep it in B. I'm keeping it in B because, you know, I have a soft spot for it. Japanese style, I'm keeping it there. And then we've got geometric. I think I'm going to put that down to C. I would want to say this is sort of realistic, small dot work, black and grey. I don't know what you want to call this. It's hard to tell. I'm going to keep that in C. Polynesian. Yeah, I'm going to keep that there. Watercolour. I'm not sure on the watercolour. I think I'm going to move it down one. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry because I know a lot of you people have watercolour. But it's just, yeah. Mini micro tattoos are definitely going to stay in D. Trash polka, again, I think is going to stay in D. Biomechanical, that's staying in D. I think I've been a bit too harsh on New School. Let me have a quick look at New School on Instagram. Let's see if I can change my mind real quick. Because that one I don't like at all. And it's thrown me off a bit. Okay, this is a good example. I'll just show you guys that real quick. See, that's better. I love that. See, if we were judging it on this one, that would be C tier. But everything else is not doing it for me. I'm going to keep it there. Okay, yeah, we've already talked about watercolour tattoo. I like how this has ended up being some steps right here. So yeah, I'm going to keep it like it is now. I'm happy with my choices. I'd love to know what you would rate as S tier and D tier. Like, what is your absolute favourite tattoo style? What is your least favourite style? And yeah, I think that's it for this video. I hope you're all doing well. And until my next video, bye.